Trapped and unable to escape, their source of life, a death trap. This mother and calf have traveled for long distances, looking for this precious but scarce liquid. Most water bodies in and around Zimbabwe's largest national park have dried up. Those with little water are now dangerous.
Here, so animals are too many. It comes big heads, different heads. So this animal died yesterday during night. So we have got another one, the small one here. It is just maybe I think it's about half an hour. So it was trying to look also for water. It's now mud here.
A few kilometers away, inside Zimbabwe's largest national park, the carnage is rising.
In the past 3 months, we have recorded about more than 80 elephants which have died. And these deaths are attributed to the effects of climate change as a result of shortage of water and food. Right now, where we are standing, there are about 8 carcasses. But as management, we've managed to do our own intervention to try and augment water to the natural water ponds which are around the park.
This intervention includes drilling 109 boreholes within the park to supply the animals with drinking water. But with the severity of the drought, the boreholes alone do not address the crisis. Lack of food for the animals is also a big challenge.
We've also noted that the normally affected age group for these elephants which are dying, they are young to sub-adults. And this is as a result of the behavior of these elephants, which should change. And normally this time you'd find that the elephants who feed using from the roots and the barks and sometimes at the top. So for the juveniles, sometimes they may not reach at the top. So that only can affect these elephants. That is why you'd find that when it dies, you'd find if you open it, you'll find a lot of water and there'll be no food in the stomach.
Authorities are failing to cope with the problem. In Botswana, rangers aren't able to find alternate sources of water for the wild animals. This has forced the elephants to travel long distances into Hangwe National Park to find water. This brings with it another challenge, the threat of overpopulating the park with big mammals. The park has a carrying capacity of 15,000 elephants, but currently houses more than 45,000. Other animals are also at risk of being driven to starvation by the growing population of elephants.
At the moment, we can say water is a limiting factor. But as soon as we add more water holes, water will not be a limiting factor. Food will then come as a limiting factor. And if you supply food, and if you make sure that food is there, water is there, the other limiting factor which will come will be space. So sometimes it will be good just to let the natural to take its course.
As food supply in the park continues to dwindle, another problem is emerging. Elephants are now moving closer to human settlements outside the park in search of food. The large herds are causing massive destruction to vegetation belonging to communities nearby. Mabhongani, SABC News.